Imagine this. It's 2025, and Emperor Shah Jahan VII still rules from the Red Fort in Delhi. He commands nuclear weapons and space satellites. The British never conquered India. Today, we're exploring one of history's most mind-blowing what-ifs. The Mughal Empire didn't just disappear overnight. It collapsed for particular reasons. But what if those reasons never existed? What if the Mughals adapted and survived into the modern age? The answer will completely change how you think about world history. Let me set the scene. It's 1707. Emperor Aurangzeb has just died. In our timeline, this triggers a century of chaos that eventually hands India to the British. But in our alternate world, something completely different happens. Instead of his sons destroying the empire through civil war, they work together. This isn't as crazy as it sounds. The Mughal system had built-in solutions for succession problems. They just never used them properly. Picture this scenario. Prince Bahadur Shah doesn't spend years fighting his brothers. Instead, he creates a revolutionary council system. Each prince governs a major region. The empire becomes a confederation rather than a single monarchy. Here's where things get interesting. Without devastating civil wars draining the treasury, the Mughals have the resources to invest in something crucial: technology. European traders are still arriving with their advanced guns and cannons. But instead of just buying them, Mughal engineers start copying and improving everything. By 1750, something incredible happens. While Britain is still figuring out mass production, Mughal India has already industrialized. They're using their massive population and existing trade networks to create the world's first truly global manufacturing empire. Those beautiful Mughal gardens now run on steam power. The Taj Mahal has electric lighting by 1780. But here's the real game changer. The Mughals were administrative geniuses. They created a tax system so efficient, it made the Roman Empire look amateur. In our timeline, they used this genius to manage the world's first industrial revolution outside Europe. Think about their advantages. While Britain dealt with coal shortages and worker strikes, India had unlimited labor. They had established trade routes stretching from Southeast Asia to the Ottoman Empire, plus centuries of experience managing diverse populations. It's like having a massive head start in a race you didn't know you were running. Now you might be thinking, but what about the British? Wouldn't they just invade anyway? Here's the beautiful irony. They can't. In our timeline, the British conquered India because the Mughals were weak and divided. Local rulers were so busy fighting each other that they welcomed British help. But in our alternate world, the Mughals are stronger than ever. Picture the British showing up in Bengal in 1757. They expect to find the same chaos they exploited in our timeline. Instead, they faced a united Mughal military, equipped with locally produced cannons and organized under a single command. The Battle of Plassey never happened because the British never got the chance to divide and conquer. But the Mughals don't just resist European colonization, they beat Europeans at their own game. By 1800, Mughal trading companies are establishing posts in Southeast Asia, Central Asia, and even the Horn of Africa. They're doing to others what the British did to them in our timeline. The economic implications are staggering. Instead of Britain becoming the workshop of the world, that title goes to India. The Industrial Revolution doesn't drain wealth from Asia to Europe. It keeps it in Asia and amplifies it. We're talking about a complete reversal of the global economic order. And here's something that will blow your mind. The Mughals were always more tolerant than European powers. Their empire included Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, Christians, and everyone else under one administrative system. In our alternate timeline, this tolerance becomes their secret weapon for global expansion. While European powers are dealing with religious wars and ethnic conflicts, the Mughals are creating the world's first truly multicultural global empire. They're not just conquering territories, they're integrating them into a system that benefits local populations. Fast forward to 1857. In our timeline, this is when the Great Revolt happened. Indians finally rose against British rule, but in our alternate world, there's no British rule to revolt against. Instead, 1857 marks the year when the Mughal Empire officially becomes a constitutional monarchy. Emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar II is still alive and ruling at 82. He signs the Delhi Constitution, creating the world's first democratic empire. It's as if the Roman Empire had evolved into the European Union, but with better food and cooler architecture. The technological leaps are incredible. Without the disruption of colonialism, Indian scientific traditions merge with industrial innovation. The Mughals are launching rockets by 1900, not for war, but for communication across their vast empire. They're pioneers in everything from metallurgy to medicine. World War I changes everything. While European powers are destroying each other in the trenches, the Mughal Empire emerges as a major global mediator. They're not just observers, they're actively working to prevent conflicts that could disrupt their trade networks. But here's where it gets wild. The Mughals never lost their connection to Central Asia. In our timeline, that region becomes a backwater. But in our alternate world, it remains a crucial link in the Mughal trade network. When oil is discovered in the Middle East, guess who has the established relationships and infrastructure to dominate that market? By 1947, when India gains independence in our timeline, the Mughal Empire is celebrating its 400th anniversary as a continuous political entity. They're a nuclear power, a spacefaring civilization, and the world's largest economy. The capital, Delhi, is a megacity of 20 million people, rivaling anything in Europe or America. The cultural impact is equally massive. Without the trauma of colonialism, Indian art, literature, and philosophy develop along completely different lines. The Mughal courts become centers of learning that attract scholars from around the world. It's as if the Library of Alexandria had never been destroyed, and instead grew into a global network of universities. Here's the moment that defines everything. It's 1991, and the Soviet Union is collapsing. In our timeline, this leaves America as the sole superpower. But in our alternate world, there's another player at the table. An empire that's been continuously evolving for over 450 years. The Mughal Empire doesn't just survive the Cold War, it helps end it. Their diplomatic traditions, developed over centuries of managing diverse populations, make them natural mediators. When the Berlin Wall falls, it's not just a victory for democracy. It's a victory for the Mughal model of tolerance and inclusion. This isn't just alternate history. It's a reminder of how fragile historical outcomes really are. The Mughal Empire fell because of specific decisions made by specific people at specific moments. Change those decisions, and you change the world. In our timeline, we live with the consequences of European colonialism. The wealth extraction, the cultural destruction, the arbitrary borders. But in our alternate world, we see what could have happened if one of history's greatest empires had adapted instead of collapsed. The Mughals had everything they needed to survive and thrive. Administrative genius, economic resources, cultural tolerance, and military capability. They just needed to use them at the right moment. It makes you wonder what other turning points in history were closer than we think. If you want to see more alternate history scenarios that'll completely change how you view the past, hit that subscribe button because we're just getting started.